So I was upstairs and I came down and there was like this dead silence.
I just heard a very loud thud.
Craziest thing that could happen.
The
So this year, the idea was we have produced 2 originals. Can we have a bigger screening of it than just go ahead and put it out on social media? And then we decided that if we are putting together an audience to come in and watch 2 of our originals, there should be something more to showcase and maybe to engage with also. And that's how the larger idea for Matinee originated.
I believe it was about 2 weeks prior to the event where we realized that, okay, event planning is all amazing, but we need a name for this because we need to start branding it.
We had like 3 options: beyond the storyboard, open house.
Knowing that it was a premiere of a lot of our films, I was thinking of festivals, film festivals, and so Sundance, attendance. We were trying to go for like the LB school aspect of it, LastBench.
Fete was the name that I proposed, but I don't know. I think you all need a name to diss on so that your creative juices start pouring.
It was like fire, everybody is debating, everybody is fighting. Some are voting for this, some are voting for that, and it's just chaos.
And I think over time it just was something like a callback where like, hey, so Matinee is like an afternoon show. We plan to have it between 3 to 4, post-afternoon bliss, where everybody comes in, enjoys 2 or 3 hours of a viewing experience.
Yeah, so I think we went through a lot of options. We were leaning towards the whole ticket aesthetic also because like matinee. And I think it went through, should it be the matinee or should we just matinee?
Underline came in as a good reference from a few people. And when we visited, the space resonated with the 3 of us who went and saw. And even a few people who saw it on photos could resonate with it because it gives a very LastBench studio vibe.
I think the curation was very intentional in terms of the kind of emotion each film needed to drive. It had to start from something very energetic. So we started with something like a Minchu, which sort of brought the energy of the room really high. And then we played Patang, which was a slow documentary. And then we led it into LLF, which was a very powerful, and we wanted people to sit with their emotions after they watched that. And again, like we'd also divided the films based on live action and animation because those are the 2 wings that we operate on. The payoff at the end was definitely premiering 2 films which we've never shown to the public before, right? So that was Rain Cloud on a Leash and Curated, which haven't yet gone out. So it was all a build up to that moment. So that was exciting because we kept teasing it throughout the event, and when the finally payoff came, that's when people got a lot more energetic and drawn into the film. So
I feel like every time I look at the end product, I see those 6 months and everything that we did. Each scene that I look at, I know what all went into it. I know the debates that were behind it. I know the iterations. I know the changes.
I hadn't thought of certain shots the way that they had perceived. So that was really great, and it's always lovely to hear feedback from other people. So, and barring that, it's also just a good feeling to see all that hard work from all those months come together and be screened. So yeah, it was just nice. It was a good moment.
I think Palak came in and literally this week Palak is like, okay, let's give it life. Let's just try to let's bring this together.
This manga-inspired comic Najib had worked on long ago, but he was never able to quite finish it. So I was kind of hiding from him and working on it the entire week. And at Matinee, suddenly we were talking about Ampanna, and then Najib's photo came on screen, and then the manga. And
honestly, I had no idea, and I have no idea how they actually kept it secret for the entire 1 week, even though Palak was like literally was on my team.
But I'm hoping it's really it goes with the flow, and nobody's stressed about doing the other thing because I feel like we tend to do a lot of that.
For me, in my head also, I see a lot of, while it is not healthy, but I see last minute, oh, ye bhi karna hai, wo bhi karna hai.
But I think it'll be chill only. Apart from these running around, I think it should be chill at large.
So, the projector.
Oh shit.
So I was upstairs and I came down and there was like this dead silence in the room.
I just heard a very loud thud.
And everybody just turned around and we were like, what? I mean, that is just the craziest thing that could happen.
We saw, all of us just saw this thing that we've been testing for the last week, the previous nights, the previous 15 minutes. It just fell. And the whole bloody event was hinged on this.
You know, when it fell, it hit hard because...
They hit the floor hard.
And I think it was Shashank who very quickly said,
we should get our projector. Najib's keys were handed. Jerry's taken the helmet and they just bolt and they disappear. For the next 15 minutes, we don't know where they are.
Like, I was cool as a cucumber. I think some people were still not convinced that we were like all set. I was like, they just need to bring the projector, we're good. We plug in one cable, we're good to go. It's like, as soon as people were seated, they didn't even know anything was wrong. We just like good to go. Yeah.
Overall, it felt very humbling looking at the people who turned up, and also how they reacted to the spread of showcase that we had.
Paki and Raj had people flock to them and talk about Creator. Arundhati, in fact, was bombarded with questions about her process with Raincloud on a leash, right? So these were things that I was picking up on. I was super proud, like, okay, this means so much more than just, a viewing experience. That felt special. That really felt special.
The future for LastBench?
I mean, I would honestly say just a bigger matinee.
Oh yeah, Matinee 25, of course.
Except that we will screw the projector a little tighter this time.